Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the DC Collectibles Batman Arkham Knight Batman 7-inch scale figure. Alright you guys, so these have been a very long time coming here on the channel. I actually started picking these up, oh gosh, well before the game came out. So probably like around May 2015, but they just kept getting pushed back and back and back. And now we're finally taking a look at these, which I'm pretty excited about. I've been very patient keeping them in the boxes so that I could do my reviews, and well, we're gonna do them. So here we have the regular Batman released. Subsequently, there was a battle damaged version that was exclusive to GameStop. I have that one too, and we will look at that in a different review. But for now, I just want to focus on the all clean regular version. So when it comes to the box, what DC Collectibles did, they sort of incorporated the look of their designer series packaging. So you get your box and it has a pretty big window and you can see inside and see the accessories that the figure comes with. I think it looks nice. I really like the theme for Arkham Knight and pretty much all the other Arkham games and merchandise designs. On the side, it gives you a schematic of Batman, and then it says that this is number 1 in the series. Opposite side gives you a peek inside the box, and you can see that they put a few holes going down the side of the window. That way the plastic can breathe, which I guess is a good thing. And then at the back, you have a look at other items in Wave 1 of the Arkham Knight series. I have all of these figures, and we will get to all of them over the course of the next several reviews. At the top, you get the Bat logo there on Batman's chest, and at the bottom, just some information there about the figure. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get Batman out of the packaging. Like I said, it's been a long time coming. I've been really wanting to get these opened up for a very long time, over a year now, and we're finally at that point, so here we go. Alright guys, so first things first, I wanted to show you that in the packaging, Batman comes with this very nice cover on his cape. That way when you're pulling it out of the packaging, it doesn't get scratched, which is quite a bit of a problem on figures sometimes because, of course the plastic can be sharp and can be abrasive to your figures' capes and stuff. So this looks very nice. Ooh, very soft. It actually has like a rubbery feel to it. I like it. So looking at the figure itself, I think it looks really good. I think it looks a lot like the model from the video game. If you've played any of the Arkham games, or Arkham Knight in this case, DC Collectibles tends to do a really good job with the aesthetics of their figures, and they seem to have gotten better over time. The proportions on the figures seem quite accurate to the game. I do kind of feel like the head is a little bit small, but it's not terribly noticeable. All the colors look very nice. Once again, I really do like the aesthetic of the cape. And he's got a good bit of articulation and some nice accessories. Go ahead and give you a close-up here of Batman. And one thing right off the bat, no pun intended, is that the ears came out of the packaging very nice and straight. In the past, I have had issues with ears on Arkham Batman figures where the ears aren't shaped properly, and I know on this figure in particular, it's been a big issue. I don't know if this is from a newer batch or what the case may be, but it looks great. In terms of aesthetics, I think that this looks quite nice. It's definitely on par with what we see in the game, even if the head is a little bit on the small side, because it is a little bit small. The cowl still looks quite good. You can see he's got his eyes in there, and the eyes are kind of small, so it's kind of hard to really show you too much detail because they are very tiny, but they seem to be painted pretty nicely. They seem more or less to be centered, and the skin tone, it's a little waxy. Perhaps it's a little bit on the light side. Maybe if I dim my light here a little bit. It still looks a little bit washed out, but they did give a little bit of color to the lips. So I mean, I think it looks decent enough. From the sides, you can see that the cowl looks pretty armored up, and I like it. I like what they did, even if it's small. As far as the coloration goes, it's kind of basically like a dark matte black. What I really like about this figure is that they used different shades of black and gray in making this costume. Especially on the figure, it looks really nice. Like you see more of this gray here, and then you have like this darker black, and then even darker black for the bat emblem. His armor here around his shoulders has a carbon fiber look to it. And then you get these little glossy bits that are kind of sprinkled in here and there on the costume. Got some more of them there. Some silver details in there too. And it's just a really nice costume design. I think out of all of the Arkham Batman costumes, this is probably my favorite. It's just a very armored up look, and I just think they did a really terrific job with it. It looks really, really nice. Sculpt work on the bat emblem is really nice. On the chest looks really nice. Torso looks good. Gauntlets look really nice. really armored. Got those blades on the sides, and he's got those knuckle bits right there so he can punch you really, really hard. The belt looks quite nice. It's kind of like a light goldish sort of color with some other colors on it too, silver, black. He doesn't have shorts, and then the pants themselves look pretty nice. Like inside here, it's got a pretty nice look to it in there. A little bit different from the rest of the costume, which I kind of like. At the back, that's what he's got underneath. Nice detail. And you can tell that the figure does have a little bit of a wash to it. That's why you can see like these little splatterings of like dark gray or, whatever color that is kind of throughout the figure. And legs, again, look quite good. Knees. And then he's got these armored up shin guards. Boots look pretty good. They're pretty glossy underneath the armor. And at the bottom, he does have peg holes, which is nice. And again, I do like this cape. I think that it looks really nice. It really looks like the cape in the film. And I think for the first time, they really did a good job of making it have like a leathery sort of look to it, because they haven't really done that in the past on Arkham Batman figures. This looks really good. And the paint on the whole thing is really nice, really clean. No scuffs. Probably thanks to that tissue that covers his cape in the packaging. But the rest of the paint is also really clean too. I mean, I'm not seeing anything that's really out of whack. So I'm quite pleased. Now, in the way of articulation, Batman has a good bit of it. He's got a ball joint here at the head. It is a very tight joint. You can move it side to side. You can move it down just a little bit, not a whole lot. Up a little bit too. It's a good little bit there. He's got ball joints at both of these shoulders, and this armor does not get stuck on the shoulder. Like you can see, it's a separate piece that's glued into the outer part of the shoulder. So that's really nice. It doesn't hinder the movement at all. This one seems a little bit tighter on the right side. So you can move it up, you move it down. He's got a swivel here at the bicep. It is very tight though. Very, very tight. He's got double bends here at both of the elbows. And then down here at the wrist, you get a ball joint, so you can rotate it and swivel it inward and outward. It looks like he has an ab crunch here, but I cannot get it to budge. I can't get it to budge. I don't know what's going on there. He can swivel here at the waist a little bit. Again, it's a very tight joint. He's got ball hinging at both of the hips, so he can do a bat split. He can move those legs forward as well. Not a lot, but enough. You get your double bends here at the knees. And it does look a little strange. I mean, it looks really strange actually, but hey, it works. And then down here at the ankles, he's got ball hinging along with rocker swivels. So pretty nicely articulated. When these first Arkham figures started coming out back in 2008, 2009, they didn't have a whole lot of articulation. So I'm really glad that these newer ones have more joints and just a little bit more options in terms of posability. In terms of accessories, one of them that you get is an alternate left hand. And this is a little bit perplexing to me because the hand that he comes with from the factory is pretty similar. I mean, it's really not that different. Maybe the only thing is that the thumb is kind of touching the index finger, but it's kind of the case on both hands. Maybe it's just a spare. I don't know. I mean, they just look so similar. I don't really see what the point is. You also get a Batarang, which is pretty nice because no Batman is complete without a Batarang, especially in Arkham Batman. And this looks quite nice. It's basically just like a matte black. It's got a nice sculpt to it. Not a whole lot going on in terms of detail. We have seen more detailed Batarangs in this Arkham series in the past. It doesn't fold. I know in one of the previous ones you were able to fold it. This one does not do that. And you also get the line launcher accessory. So that's really nice. I'm glad that they included this because even though you don't really use it a whole lot in the game, it's cool to have as an extra. I also found that the reason he comes with the alternate hand is so that he can hold the line launcher. I had incorrectly assumed that the hand that comes on him out of the box would be able to hold it too, but it can't. So that's the reason it's there. So this is a 7-inch scale figure, but when we measure him, he actually stands about 7 3/4 inches tall. Probably because he's Batman and he's a little bit taller than most of the other characters. And he's got his pointy ears too. Okay, and here's an evolution of the Arkham Batman action figures. On the far left, we have the very first one from Arkham Asylum, followed by the super articulated version, which was the second one they did for Arkham City. Then we have the Arkham Origins figure, and then finally Arkham Knight. So you can see that the Arkham Knight one's a little bit taller than the others. And it's pretty cool to see the progression as the costume has changed from one game to the other. They started off with very minimal articulation for Arkham Asylum. They beefed it up on Arkham City, and then Arkham Origins, it's kind of a little bit, maybe about the same as that one. And then for Arkham Knight, we have extra joints like the double elbows and the double knees. As far as actual costume designs go, it's really hard to say. I really like the design of the Arkham Origins figure, but I don't think it translated into figure form very well. It's not a very good figure. It's very clunky looking, the head's small, and it's very difficult to stand. The Arkham City one is very nice looking, but the head is a little bit too small. It's a very nice figure, and I think proportions on that one are probably the best out of all of these, other than the head. And, there's just something to be said for the Arkham Asylum one. That one kind of holds a special spot in my collection because it was the very first Arkham figure that I bought. I think that might have been around 2010, I want to say. And it still holds up really well. I mean, the face is a little dark, but, it looks great. So, it's really hard to say which one I like best over the other. I don't know. I'm really liking the Arkham Knight version right now. I don't know if that's because it's the newest one that I have. And, I'm having fun taking a look at it, but gosh, these are probably my two favorites overall, but I don't know. Right now, I think I'm going to say it's the Arkham Knight version. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the DC Collectibles Batman Arkham Knight Batman 7-inch scale figure. All in all, you guys, I think this is a very nice release. I'm really pleased with the way that this figure turned out. It's not perfect. The head is a little bit small. The joints are kind of tight, and I can't get the ab crunch to move whatsoever. But for the most part, he can articulate quite well. I really like the coloration, I really like the cape. The extra accessories that he comes with are nice, including the Batarang and the line launcher. So all in all, it's a solid figure. If you're a fan of the Arkham video games, or you've been collecting the Arkham figures, then this is definitely one to add to your collection to have along with your other Arkham Batmans. It is kind of cool to see the evolution of the costume, and I'm a little bummed out they're not going to do any more Arkham games, or so that's what they've said. Who knows? The Arkham games are some of my favorite video games of all time though, so I'd be really excited and totally support them doing another, especially if it included another line of action figures. Alright my friends, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then do give us a like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Till next time, my friends. Bye-bye.